Hey gamers, we're back yet again. Lunch Pill Podcast. Here's one of your co-hosts, the young Bret Hart, and
You have any relation to the actual Bret Hart?
that was where you're supposed to introduce yourself.
That's my introduction. Do you have any relation to the actual Bret Hart?
Well, no, I wish. He's a fucking hero. One of the all-time goats. The Montreal Screwjob. Pretty fucked if you know about that. Man, you have knowledge. Shit.
I do.
I
I know a little bit.
We're not going into wrestling, but shout out Bret Hart for
This
sure.
isn't the wrestling podcast.
The Hart Foundation. Rip Owen.
Rest in peace. This is your boy coming back at you. Gart, Garrett, Gatman, Gartonimus. You call me whatever you like. I'll probably answer to it.
He's got a lot of names.
I like the attention.
Young Joe Biden on the beat.
Young Joe Biden on the beat. Oh my goodness. Featuring Corn Pop.
Yeah. But we're back. Lunch Pill episode 2. The CEOs of Antifa here.
Oh yeah, I am an Antifa super soldier.
Fuck. That guy's like 7 feet tall. Guy on Twitter.
I want to meet him.
Yeah. He's like full riot gear.
Oh yeah.
That's Big Boss.
Just throwing tear gas back at police.
Epic.
Oh my god, I love it.
We got a lot of topics. I've made a notebook.
This is your death
Because
note.
we're getting official. I'll shout out Death Note. So we'll start it out. You listen to music?
Never actually. No.
You like country?
I love me some Kenny Chesney, some Florida Georgia Line. No, I absolutely not. But I do listen to a lot of music. I listen
Me
to
too.
pretty much any genre except like new school country.
Yeah, I like some old school shit. Some old like
Some Conway Twitty. Some
Roadhouse style.
yeah,
country.
some Hank.
Outlaw.
I listen to some Hank Williams Jr.
Really like this guy, a country artist, Canadian by the name of Coulter Wall.
Can't say I've ever heard of him.
My boss recommended him to me. Shout out JT.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But make some real like outlaw Roadhouse. Like his voice, like he sounds like he's Johnny Cash's son.
Some Rebel Radio on GTA 5 type stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty kick ass. Would recommend to the fans, like the 6 fans we have so far.
What other genres do you listen to, sir?
Holy shit, everything imaginable. Like some days say fuck it, put on some like lo-fi ass jazz.
Lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and listen to?
No, I never put that on. I don't like it.
Really?
Just lo-fi jazz. Sorry.
Damn. I listen to a lot of hip-hop. Like a lot of hip-hop.
I go in and out. Lately I've been listening to a lot of hip hop.
I'm wearing a hip-hop hat right now.
Is that Alfredo? Fucking Freddie Gibbs.
Yes. Shout out to the Freddie Gibbs.
Funny enough, that's like my album of the year.
That is definitely up there for me. Run the Jewels 4 is up there. That's a good one. Have you listened to it yet?
Not all the way through, no.
Very, very poignant, very on brand for 2020.
Yeah, I mean, Killer Mike's.
Killer Mike is a
He's
G.
the guy. He really is. Yeah.
Another album of the year is probably Circles, the posthumous album by Mac Miller.
I enjoyed it.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Like, I was never really I never minded Mac Miller, but I was never really a fan till just a few years ago. Like that's when I really delved deep. Like he, in my opinion, he only got better as he got,
As time goes on.
Yeah, like with each project.
For me, I think my favorite album of his is The Divine Feminine from 2016.
Man, that one's controversial, isn't it?
Really? Is
Isn't
it? Because I like it.
See, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like it, and then they're like.
I mean, me and my friends.
It's very 50-50 among the fan base. I would.
Me
guess.
and my friends that listen to Mac Miller, we like it a lot. I mean, it's one of our favorites. I like swimming a lot too. I think
swimming's a good time.
I think swimming is really good. I think Circles is a good companion to swimming, and a good send off for the boy.
He might have more. Could be another one.
I don't know. I think they.
But would that be a good move?
Probably
think, not.
I think they want it to be. They want the last thing to be complete, and I don't think anything else they released under the Mac Miller name would be complete.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I already took enough work from John Brion, like his producer dude, to get the whole thing put together.
yeah. That is true. And I mean, you don't, because like with like fucking like Lil Peep, rest in peace. You know they would like just butcher his shit.
No, the most heinous offense was XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, like
They
like, rest in peace.
that
Rest in
last
peace to
album,
both of them.
that
But,
last
man,
album, like Bad Vibes Forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It was basically a collection of ringtones with like 10 seconds of X, and then there was like a Rick Ross verse. Tell me, do you think Rick Ross was friends with XXX Tentacion?
They're from the same place.
But do you think they were ever hanging out together? I think Rick Ross was hopping on to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Shout out Rick Ross, though.
I probably agree with you. Yeah. Scotty Beam.
Scotty Beam.
Alfredo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my top 3 favorites on that.
He bodied Scotty Beam. He bodied Devil in a New Dress by Kanye, too.
Classic.
I would shout out Kanye West, but after I ripped into him last episode, I don't know. Shout out Kanye West's old music.
Yeah, I'm not even going to shout him out this time.
You know, he announced a new album.
What is it?
It's called Donda, named after his mother.
You like the song Hey Mama?
I do.
Of Late Registration.
I do
Yeah,
like that
kicks
song.
ass. Yeah.
But yeah, he went on Twitter and announced Donda, the new album, coming out July 24th. But Kanye,
July 24th? No way.
Kanye's notorious for not releasing things that he announces, so it's very possible that won't. But I mean, he released a full track list.
Shit's coming out 2022.
Forbes and CNN were reporting that he had canceled his presidential bid, but apparently he hasn't. I don't know. I think it's just a marketing stunt. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially if he's dropping an album.
Correct.
What other presidential candidate do you know that dropped an album? Young Joe Biden on the fan.
Shit. I don't. Yeah, there really isn't.
I don't think there's any other presidential candidate that's dropping albums.
Like, at least not that I'm aware of.
Mid campaign.
Yeah.
You think
Seems
Pete
like a lot of
Buttigieg
work.
has a mixtape?
God, that guy. Man, I just despise that guy so much.
I'd listen to his mixtape though.
I wouldn't.
I'll try anything once.
I completely disregard it. That's how much I don't like the guy.
You'd look the other way as it walks by.
That's how disingenuous that guy is to me.
You're telling me that healing America is the only way to secure a better future.
Yeah, fuck his shitty book.
Fuck his platitudes.
His boring book.
His Obama-isms.
The king of the word salad. Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg is a diet Barack Obama Democrat.
A real Joe Donnelly Democrat.
Oh yeah. It's the age-old Indiana Democrat. We love them.
Yeah. Jeez. They're awful.
Pete Buttigieg could never body DJ Academics like Freddie Gibbs did.
I hate DJ Academics.
Oh yeah. Freddie Gibbs was sticking up for Indiana when he went after Academics.
He really was. East Gary.
That's what he was thinking about too. He was thinking about Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. See? We need to rebuild Gary, Indiana.
Make Gary, Indiana great again.
Yeah. Like see, people always talk about reparations. And like what reparations would be. Would it just be money? Just to African Americans? I think it would be I think money is a good move, but a better move to build on top of that would be to rebuild, these black communities, which, I mean, that's what Gary, is for the most part. And I mean, it's just such a, like, there's just no opportunities in Gary, Indiana. But there used to be, what was it, fucking
Big on manufacturing.
Yeah, like I think they had steel mills up there. There's a lot of, opportunities up there. Quality jobs. Went to hell.
No good. No good.
I think that's a good idea. Not an original idea for me, but just throwing it out there.
I'll co-sign that.
But Who's your favorite rapper right now?
Right now. Let me think. I really do like Freddie Gibbs.
Right now?
I like Tyler the Creator a lot because I'm a white boy.
That's correct.
But Tyler the Creator is good. But I really like Freddie Gibbs. He might be my current favorite.
See,
He goes hard.
He's either second or first on my list. Because my other favorite right now, which I've been digging into his shit for some time now, but I'm really starting to get into the deep shit. He's only like 3 albums. JPEG Mafia.
I'm familiar with him. I haven't listened to his stuff though.
He's so good. Like he's like, you know how like, God, we're gonna bring up a dead meme here. People are always like, oh, Russ writes, records, produces, mixes, masters, all his own stuff.
JPEG Mafia does that, I'm guessing.
JPEG Mafia does all that.
Well, so does Tyler.
Good, and it's fun. It's fun to listen to.
Tyler did all of that for Igor. He basically did. I mean, he had like features, but he did everything himself.
Yeah, and the only reason people... It's because Russ has such a huge ego. He's got his...
Bro, when I hear Russ, I start snoring. That's just...
I just turn it off, man.
Russ is a snooze.
I haven't heard a Russ song probably like 2 fucking years, and it's been awesome.
I hadn't heard Russ very much until recently when I found out that my little sisters like Russ.
Damn, man. I have no clue what that's like. I don't have any younger siblings.
They like to listen to Russ.
That's all I need to know about.
And I don't like to listen to Russ. But I also like Kendrick Lamar a lot. One of my favorites. I think his music is really powerful given the current state of things in the country.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Really like Good Kid, Mad City. That's probably my favorite Kendrick album.
I'd have to give it to Pimp a Butterfly.
Man, you really like Anthony Fantano, don't
I'm
you?
an Anthony Fantano Democrat.
Me too.
No,
but,
I like Fantano. I don't agree with a lot of his opinions, mostly because I'm not as like technical and deep into
you're
music
not into
as he
music
is.
theory.
I kind of am,
Holy shit.
but that's beside the point. When it comes to especially to hip hop, I just like something I can bump in the car. Like it doesn't have to be a musical marvel or like a masterpiece for me to bump it in the car.
I get that. Like,
I mean, I'll bump freaking TK if it sounds good in the car.
yeah, I get that. A lot of people, yeah.
Like my standards on hip hop are not high. I'm not a prude.
See, mine are kind of high. I'm kind of a bastard.
Really? In that you like Bastard by Tyler the Creator?
I do. I do. It's pretty good. Like
I don't know. I think it's aged.
You didn't have to say it.
It needed to be said.
You know, I still really enjoy it. I mean, especially the title track, Bastard, with the piano. It's kind of hard, am I wrong?
I've been getting into Jack Harlow recently. Are you familiar with Jack Harlow?
Name's familiar, but I don't know the...
If you've heard the recent hit, What's Poppin', that's Jack Harlow.
What the fuck is that?
Well, excuse me, kids, while I pause and educate our good friend on What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow.
Every rapper.
I gotta get that on the podcast, too. What rapper shouts out John Stockton?
All right.
Have you ever heard Freddie Gibbs shout out John Stockton? We're rolling right now, by the way.
We're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. We're back. I listened to this Jack Harlow for about 13 seconds.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopping.
This new Jack Harlow, it's not good.
Really? You're not a fan?
I just did a Fantano meme for you.
Get past that bitch like Stockton, though.
I do like that line. Every rapper should be shouting out John Stockton. I mean...
John Stockton. He's the man.
My man couldn't get a ring, so...
He's dropping dimes, though.
So every rapper should be legally obligated to shout him out.
If you shout out John Stockton on your hip-hop track, it's automatically a dime. Because that's all John Stockton does.
Don't shout out Karl Malone, though. Fuck Karl Malone.
Not. We're adding another one to the counter.
What's that, like 6, 7, 8?
We've lost count at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karl Malone, not good.
Not good.
Karl Malone gets a strong 3 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe another day on the Lunch Pill podcast we'll break into that. Or you can just look it up yourself. It's not too hard to find.
Not good. That's our sneak peek.
So you want to talk about Joe Biden or Portland or something?
Portland first.
Portland's important, I think. I think we gotta throw some other things aside for now because this is a big fucking deal, in my opinion.
The American secret police are at it.
I mean, I think if you weren't already convinced, I think this confirms that fascism has arrived in the States. Right?
Yup.
So, anyway, they're just, it's just been the Black Lives Matter protests in Portland.
Over 50 days.
Yeah, 50 nights in a row. And lately, in this last week, apparently some unmarked thugs, I'd like to call them.
Thugs in military riot gear.
Yeah. Have been just snatching up protesters off the street and just throwing them in these unmarked vans and like SUVs and, that type of automobiles. And I'm not sure what they're doing with them after they I've heard that they're taking some of them, they're taking pictures of them, getting their name and all this stuff,
off the books arrests.
Yeah. And then I've also heard that once any of these people say, okay, I need to call my lawyer, they let them go because they know they have nothing on.
They know
these
it's
people.
illegal.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing is illegal, but because Donald told them to.
Yeah. And
now it's widely theorized that these may be the same division of agents or operatives that were on the streets in DC.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the George Floyd protests.
Mm-hmm.
These same unmarked, military geared up, just I don't know what to call them, goons,
thugs.
Yeah, grugs. For those of you that have watched episode 1 of the Lunch Pill podcast,
shout out to the loyal fans. But in my opinion, some shit I've gathered, this right here, if people really get wind of this, like in a wide mainstream, the news keeps talking about this, and make sure to let people know that these are federal, agents. This could secure Trump's loss, I think.
I hope.
I think he's already gonna lose by a lot, but I think this could be the nail in the coffin, because if if they accurately report this, and say these people are just peacefully protesting, which they were, and they got arrested by some unmarked goobers, I think that only brings sympathy to the movement, and just worsens everyone's opinion on Donald Trump.
Joe Biden may be a closet Republican, but I truly believe he won't. He's not going to send the American secret police after somebody.
Yeah. And if he did, let me know. 'Cause
I'm coming for you, Joe. I'm going to go corn pop on your ass.
Yeah. I don't.
And if you don't, in case you don't remember, Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Corn Pop was a bad guy. Yeah, I don't think him and Obama ever did anything like that, but if they did, oops, bad.
Well, they killed 90% civilians with their drone strikes, but they never sent the secret police.
They say once Joe Biden gets in office, all the people controlling the drones are going to be women. Based
and lunch pilled.
That's
Roll credits. That's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening.
I hit you with that one, didn't I? It also effectively, in conclusion, because I really have nothing else to say about this, it's fucked, and it's only going to grow the movement of Black Lives Matter.
I believe that,
because You just can't do that.
How do you do that? Like, how can you sign off on that?
Yeah.
This man is sending federal agents to go kidnap people in Portland, and he's got beans on the Oval Office desk. He's got beans.
Goya.
Are Goya beans that good? Like, I haven't had them.
I was talking to my main man Mag yesterday, and he was he asked me, he's like, what do you think the next sponsored product by the White House will be? Or sponsored corporation or whatever.
That picture of Ivanka Trump, that Ivanka Trump tweet about the Goya beans, that just...
I'll say it. Cringe.
It just made me upset. I just saw it. I'm like, what is this, dude? What kind of twisted Twilight Zone shit are we living in right now?
Yeah, it's like, what? I didn't expect it, but I'm also not surprised.
Not only is the daughter of the president promoting a bean brand, but the president is promoting a bean brand simply because their CEO was praising him.
It's called the Hatch Act, right?
That's for the military.
Okay.
Remember, because I remember Tim Pool was going off about the Hatch Act the other day.
Civil War, Tim Pool.
Boogaloo.
If y'all know Tim Pool is, he's fascist libertarian.
Yeah. He says he's a liberal. He says he's a classical liberal.
Yeah, which is,
that's a load of donkey dong.
Yeah, saying that's the new popular thing though among like younger conservatives is
to call themselves classic liberals.
Yeah, like, I'm a classical liberal. I'm a Milton Friedman liberal.
Oh my God, I'm a George Washington liberal.
I'm a Joe Donnelly Dem.
Yeah. In case you were wondering, Tim Pool is a Benito Mussolini Democrat.
He's a new media figure on the right. He sucks, and he always exaggerates everything that happens in the news.
He pretends to be a centrist, but he's a fascist.
Yeah, and like he'll exaggerate simple stories like, God, anything like such and such video game has like a female like lesbian lead. He's like, this is the end of Western civilization, civil war.
Did Tim Pool not play The Last of Us 2?
He probably made some videos about it where he's like, this is the end.
Gay sex?
This is the end.
Gay sex in my video game?
So I didn't expect to go into Tim Pool here.
The thing I was talking about, sometimes we have unexpected segues. The thing I was talking about with Tim Pool was he made a video, because I saw Vosh made a video on Tim Pool's video.
He's made so many.
So Tim Pool was talking about how like the military put out this statement or put out like this diversity training thing for its members, about racism that might not be as overt, but it's still racist, like stuff like that. And I think there was a page on there. There was like one page on there that wasn't approved, and it said how like "Make America Great Again" is often used as like a closet racist term, but like when they realized that page hadn't been approved, they like pulled it immediately. But I guess it got out to like one military base in one spot in the country, and there was a story on it. Tim Pool's like, this is a clear violation of the Hatch Act, and the military is turning into far-left militants. He actually said that the military, the U.S. armed forces, were becoming far left. Take that in for a second.
I don't know the numbers in the military, but like, and I'm sure they don't keep track of this, like, because they're probably not legally allowed to, which they shouldn't be. But I would guess 85-90% of the people in the military right-leaning.
Maybe
like
I
don't know.
Either right-leaning or just like apolitical centrist. I support whatever president.
At least when they initially go in, because like I know, a lot of people that you go in the military come out and it is somewhat radicalized.
Some hoorah.
Yeah.
Some QAnon shit. For those of you that don't know, we mentioned the Hatch Act. That's basically a law for the U.S. Armed Forces that say like anyone in an enlisted or like military officer can't in their official like professional capacity, they can't promote any political like movements or anything or political campaigns or candidates. But in like their personal life, obviously they can. So Tim Pool was saying that because an unapproved page that was immediately henceforth removed and got out to one base that said "Make America Great Again" was a closet racist term, which it is, but that's beside the point.
Hatch Act applies to the executive branch as well,
which includes the armed forces.
Yeah. So like the president, the vice president, and I heard that like the Goya bean thing, it doesn't apply to Mike Pence and Donnie J because they were appointed, by the people.
So anyone like if Donald appointed someone and then they were like campaigning for Donald, that'd be a violation of the Hatch Act.
I'm pretty sure because like Ivanka, she can't do that, but she did it.
She did it.
Yeah.
And nobody in that corrupt Justice Department is gonna say anything because the Justice Department was put in place by Donald.
See the problem here?
I think I do. So yeah, so that concludes our conversation on Tim Pool. I just wanted to bring it up.
This is not the only conversation we'll have on Tim Pool.
Fuck Tim Pool, though.
He's too funny to talk about.
Oh yeah, Tim Pool is a joke.
Like he's almost funnier than Steven Crowder to talk about.
I don't even want to talk about Steven Crowder right now.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you, man. He's awful.
All right, what's up next on your big bad Death Notepad?
So I got this one here. I thought it was an interesting stat.
Despite?
Yeah, we're not going to be doing the 1350 meme.
No.
But 32% of U.S. households miss their July housing payments.
I did see that. I remember Kyle made a video on that.
And that's only going to go up. Like next month, that number's going to be higher.
Uh-huh.
Like unless they get this stimulus going real quick, which they won't.
They haven't really said a statistic on like how many have been evicted.
Yeah.
But is that a third of like renters or a third of people in the US? A third of like families in the US? Was it renters or was it like everybody?
I'm not sure.
Because if
everybody.
If it's a third of the entire U.S.
Yeah.
that missed housing payments, that is insane.
Yeah. Like really, either way, if it's just
even if it's homeowners or like renters.
If it's just homeowners, it's still wild. But like, yeah, you're right. If it's everyone, whoa, even wilder. And
like, wow.
So I wrote under that, failed state ? Is the United States officially a failed state?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't think that's controversial if you're viewing this with a clear lens at all.
I mean, based on even the last 40 years alone.
Yeah.
The last 40 years of U.S. politics have been building up to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like if your glasses aren't fogged up from your mask, I think you can see this, and it shouldn't be an argument. I think.
Like, what is going right?
Like, nearly 500,000 medical bankruptcies per year.
Yeah. A third of people in the U.S. miss housing payments. There's a secret police kidnapping protesters who are peacefully protesting police brutality.
If Florida on its own were a country, it would be fourth in the world in COVID cases.
I have.
You
I
just
have
keep
no
piling
words.
stuff on.
I have no words for that.
Foreclosure, eviction crisis, global pandemic, civil rights movement. Which there's nothing wrong with a civil rights movement, but there's something wrong when people.
There's something wrong when there still has to be one.
Correct.
The necessity for one is what's wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to say it's a failed state. I mean, anyone in the comments want to raise some hell, I know how to type.
Any one of our 6 fans wants to raise some hell. How many subscribers does the Lunch Pill channel have right now?
Maybe like 5, 6, yeah.
Not bad.
Which, I mean, we have a split, like a 3-way split, because we have YouTube, Spotify, and then Apple Podcast.
But I don't know how many people are finding us on just Apple Podcasts.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like anyone I know uses Spotify.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I mean, I'm an Apple Music guy, but I don't use Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, who does?
It's just not.
But if you do, thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate you still.
I mean, we appreciate getting a little wild and using Apple Podcasts.
Despite making up only 13% of our listener base, we still love you, Apple Podcasts.
Thanks.
For those of you that don't know the 13% meme,
1350.
Don't look it up. You'll regret it.
Well, in a way, there's nothing wrong with the stat itself. It's just how people use it.
How people frame it.
The context of it. Because I look at that myself and say, wow, it is really hard to be an African American in this country.
Yeah.
We have created the socioeconomic situation for these people is dreadful, awful, terrifying, and it could be fixed, and it wouldn't be that difficult. But other people look at it and say, these people are animals, they're like they try to justify,
like Tim Pool.
Yeah, like they try to justify that and say that African American males or whatever gender are like more aggressive than white males, which no, doesn't work like that.
So I've got an impromptu talking point here.
Is it a Joe Donnelly talking point?
Yeah. Trump declines to say he'll accept results of election. Quote, "I'll have to see what happens." This was an interview with Chris Wallace of Fox News.
I'll have to see what happens. What does that mean?
So, quote, "I have to see. I'm not just going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. I'm not a good loser. I don't like to lose. I don't lose too often. Look, Hillary Clinton asked me the same thing. You know what? She's the one who never accepted the loss." Once again, making his entire campaign around Hillary Clinton.
And the culture war.
When in fact, Hillary Clinton has nothing to do with the Joe Biden campaign.
Yeah, he's pretty into Hillary Clinton, I've noticed. He's pretty big into it.
You think Donald has a crush on Hillary?
At least in the 90s he did, totally.
Oh my god, I can't.
Pre-90s, like 90s and pre-90s, he was definitely into her.
Oh my, I cannot stand either of those individuals.
Damn, you're not with her?
No, absolutely not. Cannot stand Hillary Clinton. I do not think we'd be doing too much better if she was president.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it wouldn't be so chaotic.
We would. She'd be ramping up war in the Middle East.
Oh yeah.
If she was president.
As the late great Charlie Daniels said, Benghazi ain't going away. You remember Charlie Daniels?
Yeah.
He died a few weeks ago.
Rest in peace, Charlie Daniels.
That was one of his regular tweets, and he tweeted it the day before he died.
He
Benghazi ain't
tweeted
going
Benghazi
away.
the day before he died.
Like he was on his deathbed. And he's like, shit, I got to send out one more tweet before I go.
Let me pull up the tweet just so we. Okay. So the Team Charlie Daniels band still is still tweeting on his account.
I don't like that.
They start every single tweet with keeping Charlie's legacy alive. Team CDB. I almost said CBD. Oh my. So they're tweeting like the same things every day. Let me
give me a roundup.
Yeah, so they're I think they're taking like everything Charlie Daniels tweeted on his last day and like repeating it every day. So they're tweeting the same things. Pray for the blue. 125,000 innocent unborn babies will be murdered by abortionists around the world today.
Charlie Daniels.
Is that stat real? 22 veterans commit suicide every day. Remember 9/11. Benghazi ain't going away. Hashtag Benghazi ain't going away.
It's true, man.
Guess we'll hang it up for the night. Good night, planet Earth. God bless.
God bless.
And then this like quote. This isn't a Bible verse. So, Lord, give us the courage to speak our mind, to be honest and bold about our feelings, no matter who or how many we go against. That may sound like a Bible verse. That's a quote from Charlie Daniels. The Charlie Daniels Twitter. And this was, I remember seeing this picture. He had tweeted it before he died. Yeah. Like, Charlie Daniels tweeting, like, prayer quotes from himself.
Charlie Daniels wrote the New Testament.
In conclusion, Benghazi ain't going away. But her emails, though.
Charlie Daniels be like, the emails, though.
Charlie Daniels do be concerned about them emails, though.
What a joker he was. I miss him already.
A devil do be going down to Georgia, though.
He could play a mean fiddle. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I think he used all his brain power on the fiddle, I gotta say.
Yeah, and then he turned into a PragerU propaganda piece.
Fuck Dennis Prager.
Is it Prager or Prager?
It's Prager. It's Prager. I've heard it, I mean, every time I've heard it pronounced, it's Prager.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I never really,
How do you explain this, liberals?
That's more like, that's more Toilet Paper USA stuff.
Yeah.
Like that style.
I've seen stuff like that for PragerU as well.
And by Toilet Paper USA, I mean Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA. We love it.
I call it toilet paper just because of the subreddit Toilet Paper USA. It's fantastic.
Suppose that hypothetically we're not even going to get into him
I
today.
hate everything.
We're not going to get into that man today. If you know who it is, you're a true libtard.
True. Can all my true libtards like this video?
Yeah. Okay, what do we got next in our Turning Point USA talking points?
My book's done.
Your book's done? Okay. We can find some stuff to talk about. That's
I mean, I can talk about anything. Oh, so I was watching CNN. No, I was not. That's embarrassing to say because it's not true, and I would never do it. Actually,
you were listening to the word of our Lord, Chris Cuomo.
Gross.
He said the word bullshit on air. He's a queen.
Yes, queen. But I was walking through the living room earlier this week, and my dad was watching CNN as he always does. He watches CNN. He watches MSNBC. He watches The Young Turks. He watches David Pakman.
Oh, baby. Ooh.
He watches Bo the Fifth Column, but shout out Bo the Fifth
Ooh.
Column. He's kick ass. But anyway, father was watching CNN. It was Don Lemon's hour. It was at like 10 o'clock, I think. I think Don Lemon comes on.
Something like that.
And I'm just walking to the kitchen, and I hear Don Lemon utter the word libtard live on CNN. I lost my shit.
Rewind that.
It was so funny. I mean, maybe I guess you just had to be there, but
I've been called a libtard before, unironically.
I don't think I've ever been called it unironically.
One of my childhood friends, we don't really talk much anymore, but his stepfather called me a libtard once.
That's weird.
It's really sobering to hear it like directed at you in person.
Yeah,
It's used as a meme online, but
like when people actually say it.
It's actually
unironically,
pretty poignant. Like if they actually mean it, you're kind of like,
oh my god.
oh, so like you're really, you're doing this right now.
You people have worms for brains.
Smooth brain alert. Smooth as a beach ball. Because we know how smooth beach balls are.
I like a good beach ball. Myself.
Yeah. So, you saw that the the NBA bubble doesn't seem to be doing too hot.
Not quite as secure, is it?
No. I've seen that like like 10 people have like left the bubble.
Yeah.
Like not broken the boundaries. They've like straight up left and like I'm coming back later. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to like stay in the bubble.
I thought that I thought that was the point. That's why they called it the bubble.
Because Zion left the bubble.
And what do they? Well, I think that was for a family thing, right?
Right, but it said he'll be back soon. Like, you could just leave the bubble.
See, I'd make an exception for that because it
Did
seemed like
Zion's family get COVID? Is that?
it seemed like some family emergency type shit. But
Yeah.
like just guys leaving for like, oh shit, I gotta hit up the Applebee's real quick.
Or some dude get like DoorDash, which
Yeah.
they can have like, they're living in a Disney resort with like everyone like catering to their every whim. Like they can have food delivered to them at the snap of a finger,
They can do whatever
but
they
they're
want.
gonna order DoorDash and cross the boundaries to like get it, and they get in trouble and they have to be like quarantined for 10 days after they do that.
And you know Chris Paul be standing guard at the exit.
You think Chris Paul is the one calling the violation hotline?
Chris Paul's a cop.
Chris Paul's a snitch.
Like
Chris Paul is a 6'9" Democrat.
he's like the president of the Players Association.
Yeah, he is.
Total cop.
He's-
A Kamala Harris Democrat.
he's
Chris Paul.
He's locking up the parents.
He's wild.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's a hell of a floor general, or at least was at one point in time. I haven't watched a Thunder game.
Could
the entire
you
season.
could you imagine if he actually ever went to the Lakers? Like if David Stern hadn't canceled that trade,
How good they would have been.
the Lakers would have been insane, bro.
Like, because Chris Paul
And Kobe Bryant.
Because Chris Paul's not really a selfish player. I mean, he likes the ball in his hands, but he's a pass first guy. He's a floor general. He makes everyone around him better.
Point God.
I mean, like what he did with what they call the Clippers back in the day, like Lob City.
Yeah, Lob City.
Like they were
He's
just,
lobbing it up to Blake Griffin.
They were just throwing hoops everywhere, like him and Jamal Crawford. Oh, there's DeAndre. There's Blake.
Yeah, Brockhampton's shouting out Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in a song. You know they're doing well.
Is that called Star?
Yeah, it's like Chris Paul, I'm assistant. Amir going Blake Griffin.
Damn, they controversial take on Brockhampton.
Oh.
That shit went downhill once they lost Amir.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that's controversial, but I still fuck with it.
It's controversial because nobody likes Amir now.
Well, I mean, Amir's kind of an asshole, so.
I think I'm over it.
I mean, I wouldn't be if I was the person Amir was in a relationship with, so I'm not.
I get it.
I'm not. I'm still on some fuck Amir shit.
I kind of liked his album.
I didn't listen to it. I just didn't have the desire to. I really like their new stuff, though. I like that Ginger album a lot.
Man, don't make me unironically call you a libtard on the pod.
Oh, it's gonna sting.
It's gonna hurt.
Listen, I like that type of music.
All right, I was really hurt when they got rid of Amir, but I did understand. I do understand, but
it had to be done. I didn't really like Iridescence that much, but I did like Ginger.
Ginger, that's the latest album, right?
Yeah.
Ginger.
They've been putting out new music recently, though, like kind of loosies.
Yeah,
it's been good stuff. Matt Champion has been going off.
I've completely signed off.
Really?
Like, put my signature.
You got to give him a chance. Honestly.
Put my signature at the bottom. Signed out.
Honestly, you got to give him a chance. It's not bad.
Maybe I'll do it.
Listen, the saturation tapes are great, legendary, but
what a trilogy.
It's there's really not a lot of misses on there. I can pick out a handful of songs from each tape that I like.
Y'all be playing video games or something?
Yeah. I've been playing
yeah.
I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey because I have no life.
I've never played it. I would love to. I have a Switch.
It's a good game.
I bought a Switch. I bought Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I played it for a while, like 30 hours, I bet. Then I just stopped. I haven't picked up my Switch in a while.
I played Animal Crossing for like pretty religiously for a while. Like I would play every single day, and then I just stopped because it felt like I was doing chores.
Yeah, like
it felt like I was like I had like accomplished everything the game wanted me to like accomplish in terms of like major progress. So I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, it was really fun for a while.
I collected like all the fossils. I like had all the like bugs and fish and stuff I could have in that time period because they're like different ones are available like each month and stuff. So like I had everything I could have up to that point, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It feels like I'm logging on to do chores.
Yeah, and like unfortunately, I'm just not all that like creative with that type of stuff usually. To
For
like
real.
make a wild ass like modern vaporwave.
I'm not making
island.
like modern art on my island.
Yeah, I'm just not capable. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm back more into my adventure bag.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey is probably my favorite of like the 3D Marios. Second only to Mario 64.
Okay, so I was about to ask
Mario
you.
64 is my second favorite. Odyssey is my favorite.
You have like a favorite game of all time? I know it's a tough question.
Last episode we talked about Breath of the Wild. That's my favorite game of all time.
Did you say that?
Yeah. That is my favorite game of all time.
It's a good choice.
Dude, every time I play it, I get the same like magical feeling as the first time.
It's a good choice. I mean, I've never completed the game, but I played.
You seem like a Skyrim guy.
No, I got Skyrim the day it came out.
Mm-hmm.
11/11/11. I was in 7th grade.
Did you make a wish? 11/11.
No, because
that wasn't a trend. That
it's
wasn't
dumb. It's dumb.
Twitter trend yet.
It's still dumb.
Okay.
Got Skyrim 7th grade. Went home, played that shit, and I played the same character on my PS3 on Skyrim from 2011 to like late 2014. I bet. Like I had my guy was like how people could like glitch their way to like level 81. That was the max level. I probably got to level 70 authentically.
Damn.
Like I played it so much. My guy was just a tank, a walking tank, Metal Gear type shit tank.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
I was, man. I was an Argonian. I love that shit. Now,
you were one of the shape-shifting lizard people.
but I'm a classic Elder Scrolls guy. I like Oblivion better than I like Skyrim.
So what's your favorite game
of all time?
Yeah.
I think you already know, man.
MGS3.
Snake Eater. That's my favorite.
Metal
game
Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
That is my favorite game of all time. And
I respect the choice.
you only respect it.
I respect it. I don't agree.
You don't think it's a good choice.
I still need to delve into it.
Oh yeah, you haven't played it yet.
Well, it's in my backlog. I have it downloaded.
Damn, man. Once you get off Domino's in like a week,
Oh yeah.
once you get off that shit, you got.
I'll play it. I got like a month before school starts, so like
You got to jump in at least 2 or 3.
I'll jump into 3.
3's
I don't
better.
like have the desire to play 2 right now.
That's fair.
I've played 1 and I've played 5.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is still like a top 10 PS2 game in my opinion.
Yeah.
But 3 is the best PS2 game and my favorite game of all time. So, but 2 is really cool at the beginning. It's probably the best opening in the series, and then it gets okay until about the last 2 hours of the game, and the last 2 hours are fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a battle of like getting like the beginning and the end.
It kind of plateaus in the middle. Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Snake Eater's a wild ride from start to finish.
Now the problem with Snake Eater, the beginning is slow. So slow.
Slower than that ladder climb.
That's one of the best parts of the game, damn it.
Yeah. Isn't there a boss in that game you can beat by just like leaving your PS2 on?
Yeah. The end. So the end's just like this old man sniper, and there's several ways you can beat him. You can just do like the traditional sniper battle, which is fun. It's kind of broke. I won't go into it, but there's a point where like there's a cut scene and like he gets rolled out in his wheelchair and he's asleep.
Yeah.
And like there's this like about like a 5-second period, and like if you have the sniper rifle, which you have to go to like a optional area to get it that early.
Yeah.
You can shoot him. And
Just way before the boss fight.
yeah, you can just like right in his head.
Nice.
He dies and he's gone. And you don't,
Nice.
which it kind of ruins a really cool fight, but it's cool you can do that.
Yeah.
And then you also once you're in the middle of the fight, you can save. And then if you don't open the game back up for 2 weeks, or like you just set the system clock
Oh, so if you
forward,
save during the fight and then set the system clock forward, like
2
not,
weeks.
yeah.
I think it's either a week or 2 weeks. He just dies from old age.
That's so crazy. That's so like ingenious.
Kojima is
That's
a god.
some real Psycho Man-ish shit.
Yeah, you're right.
So give me your rundown, your mini review of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Now, I have not completed it.
Oh.
Like, I've played through a majority of that game, still want to complete it.
You haven't beaten the story?
No. So I can't give you like a full review, but once you like when you first start playing it, it's a little overwhelming because it's so much gameplay, and they give you so much control. Like, you're so strong as Punished Venom Snake. But like once you learn it after like 3-5 hours, it's a blast.
Yeah.
It's like I wish it was a finished game.
Yeah.
Like to where there was actual like story.
Yeah.
And not just like Punished Venom Snake walking around in a cutscene saying like,
no.
Yeah, like he's just like I won't scatter your ashes to the sorrow of the sea or some shit. I don't know what it is. I butchered it.
Wipes the ashes on his
Give me
fucking
hell
face.
in the comments because I don't know the quote there.
The only quote I remember from that game is fucking Skullface with the "such a lust for revenge." But yeah, I like that game. I 100%ed that game back in back when it came out. It was that was like the only MGS game I had played at the time.
100%ed it.
Yeah. Well, like everything that you could do like offline. I wasn't doing like the online like mother base raid shit.
Yeah,
that
boring.
didn't interest me at all. But like in terms of offline side quests and stuff, I did pretty much everything.
That's wild. Yeah.
I had like the freaking like apocalypse horse and like
that game
there was like a golden skin for Quiet, like she was just made of gold.
She's probably the best follower in that game. Like companion or buddy.
I don't know.
Yeah, they call
D-Dog is the man.
You get D-Dog the knife. Like you get the knife upgrade, yeah.
D-Dog is running around slashing people up.
Yeah, like I don't I'd like to do eventually do like a tier list of all the Metal Gear games, but I'm not there yet. It's gonna take a while.
I'm putting that one in like B+ tier.
B+? 5?
High B, low A. Very good gameplay. Terrible story.
The story's just so empty. It's not there.
I mean, MGS has such a complicated story.
Yeah,
but...
and this one, it's almost hard to understand because they just don't say anything for such long periods of time. And like Kiefer Sutherland, who voices Punish Venom Snake, he just doesn't say shit for most of the game.
Yeah,
like
I miss David Hayter.
David Hayter is someone that I truly admire.
Snake is one of my favorite characters to play as in Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, Solid Snake. Yeah, I'm more a Big Boss guy.
Really? Well, yeah, because MGS3.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love all of them. It's.
You like Raiden?
Have you ever played Metal Gear Rising?
A few hours.
Same.
I own it.
I own it.
It's cool.
I had it downloaded on my Xbox. I tried it because it was like free on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
I tried it. It was interesting. I thought it was a funny it was kind of like a meme game, but
yeah.
I played through the rules of nature. Oh, microphone taking a tumble. I played through the rules of nature scene. You know what I'm talking about?
It's so iconic.
Giant Metal Gear, and does everything still sound okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Good. So I fought the part where you do that giant Metal Gear and you stop its arm and it does the death metal rules of nature.
Rules of nature.
Yeah, it does that shit. And then you slice up the entire robot and it's crazy. It is such an insane surreal scene.
It's a fantastic soundtrack. I unironically occasionally listen to that song.
I like that. I like that Rules of Nature song. That's about it. I think it's it makes me laugh every time I think about that
Metal
game.
Gear as
it's
a
so
series,
goofy.
As a series, it's already incredibly campy and can be so goofy.
It's so fucking Japan.
Metal Gear Rising goes over the top and throws all seriousness out the window.
Cyborg Ninja, baby.
Yeah, it's cool. I'd have to complete it to give you a real review.
Bro, it is so goofy. That dude at the end is nanomachines. Isn't he the president too? Don't you fight, or he's a governor or something?
You fight senator. Yeah, he's a senator.
He's a senator.
I can't remember his name. He's like, we're gonna make America great again.
Yeah,
and that game came out in 2013.
Yeah, that was pre-Trump.
Did Donnie J play Metal Gear Rising?
Yes, that's my conclusion.
Yeah, I could go all day on Metal Gear. We shouldn't though.
Probably not. Probably not today. Maybe in one of your video essays.
Holy shit! The Lunch Pill YouTube could be more.
We could do more than a pod.
It would be fun, but I'm kind of lazy.
A little bit. Just yeah, I know. Sitting here and talking for an hour is already enough work. But
yeah, I'm about to take a nap after this.
I can't. I gotta go sling pizzas.
That sucks ass.
I got one more week.
I would hate doing that, man. You're a patriot. They should be giving you the Purple Heart.
Should be giving me the nanomachines.
You don't want nanomachines though. Nanomachines are cool in concept, but they ultimately just destroy so many people's lives in that game.
It's true.
In that series. Yeah, Domino's sucks. What do you rate Domino's out of 10? Not as a eatery, as an occupation.
Okay.
Delivery driver.
Light to decent 6.
You give it a 6? That's a little higher than I thought.
I mean, it's not.
Do you make decent tips? I have no clue.
It's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's nothing. It's not holy smokes, but it gets. It does what I need to do. It's just money.
You just need some money.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad job. I just don't like it.
I wouldn't like it either.
I mean, really, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we've exhausted all of our topics here. We hit about an hour already on the clock. So
That's fun.
We may just want to wrap it up here. What are you thinking?
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts, closing statements
on anything?
Corn Pop is a bad dude.
Corn Pop's a bad dude. Big Boss from Metal Gear is a fucking cool dude, but he's also a bad dude.
You may cut me, but I'll wrap this chain around your head. For those of you that don't know, please look up the Joe Biden Corn Pop video.
Yep.
I need to watch that again. It makes me laugh every time. And I had hairy legs.
Joe Biden 2020, baby.
I don't. It pains me to say that, but
yeah,
probably will be voting for Joe Biden this cycle. As much as I still have love in my heart for the Burn Man.
Shout out to Burn Man. But
Bernie Sanders, you have all my love.
Of course. We'll leave it at that. You have any questions?
Questions,
for a future
comments,
pod?
concerns?
Address them to lunchpillpod@gmail.com. We're doing email, baby.
Do we actually have that email?
Yeah, that's how the YouTube channel exists.
Oh, you legit have that email. That's cool.
lunchpillpod@gmail.com.
Email your questions or business inquiries.
Now,
please study. This will be on the test.
Of course, the test is coming next week on episode 3 of the Lunch Pill Pod.
Good night, America.
See ya.